All right. Going live. Let's see how this goes. How's it going, everyone? Trying to do a little Saturday afternoon thing, which, yeah, I know, not one of my best times. I seem to be a night person, but lately, been rough. Trying to do nights. So my schedule's been switched, so I've been doing the days again, which, there we go, just checking the sound. The algorithm doesn't like me doing that because I've switched things up. It's funny because I do get emails from some people going, I'd really prefer you do earlier. Not being a weenie, but when I do earlier, even my tiny channel, I get less than a tenth of the views. And also, weirdly, if I stream from my phone instead of doing this, I get many more. So weird how that works. But yeah, the algorithm does not like me doing days. I know, it's not, especially during the nice weather. Joel, how's it going, man? How you doing? Got a lot to kind of go over. I do have a hard out. We have to leave here at 4 p.m. my time, so I probably got to be out in about 2.25 hours. So yeah, gonna go dock diving. Take our Chesapeake Bay Retriever dock diving. It's an actual dock diving place, and I want to see if he'll do it. He'll jump off a normal dock. I'm just going to chat a little bit. Give anybody a chance to get any notifications if YouTube will send them. But yeah, he'll dive off a normal dock. But this dock diving stuff the dogs dive off of, dude, these things are 4 or 5 feet up, and they launch themselves out. Well, most of the dock diving dogs you see, whether it's Chesapeakes or whatever breed, are between, like 20 and maybe 50, 60 pounds. Well, Riker is 103 pounds. I'm not sure he is of the dock diving build. Anybody that's watching this later, I am going to get to what we're going into. We're going to start off kind of light, kind of not. Did you all celebrate your Juneteenth? Did you? Well, they did in Chicago, and they celebrated it exactly the way a lot of you would have thought they would have. Gotta have that hallowed holiday of Juneteenth. Okay, yeah, they celebrated it. Before we do that, I'm gonna go over to Rumble, make sure Rumble is going, and my dog is losing her mind. Thank you very much, Gemma. That was Gemma, everybody. I don't know what she's doing. I'm testing something on Rumble. They have their low latency setup, and I got this set on low latency on YouTube. Ultra low, actually, and every time I've used ultra low in the past, I've had problems with it. I do like ultra low because I get to respond. You guys aren't seeing me in such a delay, but in the past I had problems. I'm hoping with my new fiber internet that I don't have that problem. I want to make sure my VPN is off. Okay. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm trying something different on Rumble and here on YouTube now that I have fiber. I'm hoping the ultra low latency will work for you guys. Swamp Rat, what's up? I can't remember most holidays since I always work them. Yeah, dude, yeah, don't even get me going. Most of us blue collar folks, the real hard working folks, we have the cuts, scars, gouges, creaky, crunchy joints. But yeah, we work most of them holidays. That's why I'm always, my wife always has to remind me. I go to the mailbox, get the mail, she goes, well, it was some doofy holiday. It was Shine Your Dog's Butt Day or something, and all the banks and government people got it off. I'm going, oh, okay. Glad I can pay them to have more holidays than me. But yeah, we are going, by the way, guys, just, please, I know I always forget, please give thumbs up to the stream and share it out, share out the channel. We got plenty to talk about, so let's hop into this. This is kind of a first ha-ha. Once again, Juneteenth celebrations in Chicago, guys. And yes, it is exactly what you think. Let me minimize me here. Oh my gosh. I am trying. Come on, minimize. Okay, we are having hotkey. Unreliable hotkey. Oh, that's too small. Gotta keep myself so I can fair use. I'm talking, I swear. Not like I'm a quiet boy. All right, so it is what you think, guys. It really is. All right, here we go. Little Juneteenth celebrations for you to start off.
We begin with breaking news of a mass shooting on Chicago's South Side.
Let me know if that sound is not right. Let me know. Give me a thumbs down if it's right. You know, you don't have to do anything if it's right. Okay.
We begin with breaking news of a mass shooting on Chicago's South Side. We just learned 12 people were hurt. Asal Razai is live at U Chicago Medical Center as.
This chick here. I'm sorry, I don't know her. Anything. I've never seen her do a report before, as far as I remember. Yeah, no, do better. Do better. She's slow.
Officers investigate. And Asal, what do we know about the victims?
What do we know?
Well, Megan, we just got an update from Chicago police, and they say an additional man has been hurt, refused medical treatment, unknown injury.
Dude, does anybody miss when reporters didn't dial it in? Dude, she's just sitting there. Imagine if I just sat on this live stream and going like this. Yeah, I'm reading stuff off my screen, but I'm answering you, looking at chats. Any live streamer is doing more than she's doing, and she is doing so slow and looking at this and doing that. Remember when reporters used to come on and go, hey, Dave, yes, today in the South Side we had a shooting, and here's what we know. They couldn't remember that for their little segment that fast. They used to be able to. This here is the product of the everybody gets to stare at a screen, everybody gets a trophy generation of reporters. Sheesh. Do your job better. There are streamers, myself included, that are pretty on YouTube who are doing better than this off the cuff.
He's at this time, but that brings the total of victims to 13. We know at least 12 of those victims have gunshot wounds. Take a look at the scene, Megan. We saw over 100 evidence markers there. This is near Wentworth.
Wait.
We saw over.
Look at this. They got one clear up here over the top right. You got bullets everywhere. Dude, look at this. This is littered everywhere. Bullet. They didn't even put down a sign for every one of these little suckers you see. What the holy crap? 13 people hurt in mass shooting in Washington Heights. What do you think the demographics are? It was a Juneteenth celebration. Gotta have hallowed Juneteenth. So let's celebrate it like, well, we pretty much celebrate every other day in Chicago in the hoods.
100 evidence markers there. This is near Wentworth and 95th Street. Police say the shooting happened just after 11 o'clock last night. So far, they say a red SUV pulled up alongside a large crowd. Two people inside of that SUV started shooting at the crowd before driving off. We're told multiple victims between.
It's called a drive-by, lady. You're going to tell me this chick is a reporter in Chicago and doesn't know the words drive-by? They drove up and did some shooting and then drove away. Remember when they used to just say, yeah, there was a drive-by in Chicago, or there's a drive-by in so-and-so neighborhood? So this, everybody, was the Juneteenth fireworks celebrations. So shooting fireworks up in the sky, they lob them at each other. Yay! Woohoo! Good God.
Age of 7.
And I only picked this one. There are a few others. I picked this one because it's closer to me. I live 2.5, 3. I live on the other side of the state, but still, I'm held prisoner by Chicago.
17 and 47 years old were shot at that scene. We know
Dude, did you hear the ages?
Victims, a woman years old were shot.
Here's the
victims
ages.
Between the age of 17 and 47 years old were shot at that scene. We know 2 of those victims, a woman and a man, were first discovered by Chicago police. They had multiple gunshot wounds. The 10 other victims, Megan, self-transported to the hospital. We did hear from Street Pastor Donovan Price at the scene. He said seeing a shooting like this on a holiday like Juneteenth is really a tragedy.
Wait. It's weird seeing this on a holiday like Juneteenth. Oh, shut up. That's like being surprised that bad stuff happens on Kwanzaa, the hallowed day of Kwanzaa, the hallowed day of Juneteenth. It's almost like, the whole Juneteenth thing is bullshit. They don't give a rat's ass. They're gonna go around and gang bang and shoot each other and drive by each other no matter what. It sucks. It's horrendous. But it's almost like it's BS. Come on. Jeez. It's so weird to see this happen on a great holiday like Juneteenth. Dude, it is the holiday of the gangbanger gangsta culture. Stop. Now, wait to hear the preacher. I know the guy's heart may be in the right place, but god dang, dude, come on. Sorry, I'm just making sure Rumble is still moving, because Rumble does have issues. Sometimes I'm testing this low latency issue, static or dynamic IP thing they've got going on. So I'm trying it. All right. I'll be back with you guys in the chat in a minute, but this preacher may have his mind in the right place, but even, come on. Come on. And that's as loud as it goes, guys. I hope it's loud enough for you.
It's really a tragedy.
In my neighborhood, where my church is, it's between 7 and 11 people possibly shot. It's tragic. At least one of them is in critical condition. It should be celebrating, and fireworks should not turn into gunshots.
Does a disservice.
It was fireworks. That is it. That is the Juneteenth fireworks celebration, preacher. It is. Come on. You expected everybody to just kumbaya in the hood for Juneteenth? It's like the frog bringing the scorpion across the river. The scorpion still stings him and kills him. Why'd you do that? Because I'm a scorpion.
To the community and what Juneteenth is supposed to stand for.
It's almost like Juneteenth really doesn't stand for jack and shit.
And Megan, we know a number of the victims were brought here to the University of Chicago Medical Center. Others were taken to different hospitals throughout the South Side. Some of them self-transporting, as we mentioned. We know it'll be a long day of investigating for Chicago police as far as looking into surveillance in that area, because so far they have no one in custody in connection to this shooting. I'm live at UFC. Asal Razai, CBS News, Chicago.
So
Jeez.
many injuries. Okay, thanks, Asal.
I just thought, it was that you got your fireworks celebration, preacher. That's it. That's ghetto fireworks. And over at The Guardian, at least 12 shot after SUV pulls up and opens fire on a crowd, Chicago police say. Yeah, a crowd of what? I'll say this, even most of the drive-bys don't happen to just random groups of people. Probably the opposing gang members. Just saying. Two people in critical condition after Juneteenth celebration on the city's south side. Yeah, I thought I'd fix that. At least 12 people in a crowded Chicago street suffered gunshot wounds. Dude, I'm sorry. I know people are going to think I'm a total a-hole, which I kind of am, but how else would you expect a lot of these people when so much of, black culture is gangsta, is racist, is demanding reparations, is going around offing themselves at a much higher rate than the scary white man is offing them? That, come on. What do you expect? This is how Juneteenth's going to get celebrated. How? As in they're not going to change anything. Most of them, 90+%, don't give a rat's ass about Juneteenth. Even most of the average, normal, the 25 to 35 or so percent of average black citizens who are every bit as normal as you and me and everybody else on this damn planet, most of them don't care either about Juneteenth. They're like, what do we need some racial holiday for? But yeah, just saying, just come on. I know it's kind of bad to kind of be amused at it, but you got to be at this point. We've reached such levels of ridiculousness. We've talked about how, oh my God, the white men are hunting us down. When it shows that you are 12 to 20 times more likely as a white man to get capped off by a black man than the other way around. And considering that the black men are a much, 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 much smaller percentage of population, That's pretty horrid. I mean, horrid. Oh, man. The 8 men and 4 women in the group ranged from 17 to 47. Translation, good gangbanging age. Hey, I'm not sure, but I will say mostly the gangbangers don't open fire usually on people that there's not a beef with or some type of opposing group. He said another man has suffered unknown injuries, probably diving away to get from the bullets and dove into a car or something. Police just responded to call of one person shot. Found a woman with 2 gunshot wounds on her back and a man with 4 graze wounds to his back. Oof. Detectives were investigating. Further information not immediately available. Police reported that at least 21 people were shot in the city since Friday evening, resulting in 4 deaths. I'm sorry. Remember, now, for those of you who don't know, Illinois and Chicago have some of the toughest and, yes, most illegal and unconstitutional gun laws in our country. And every gun law they make, it's strange how it doesn't reduce the crime. Yet then the Democrats in my state, and it is Democrats, it's a majority-run Democrat state with a super majority. So come at me, blue people. Every time they go, oh my God, the crime is going up. It's way high. Let's do more gun stuff. Well, why isn't it going down? Let's do more gun laws. It only stops people from protecting themselves. Now, this state has got major illegal and unconstitutional gun laws. And this is why I have a huge disdain to almost hatred for the Supreme Court. As they all sit there, and this is our Constitution, we're born with inalienable God-given rights, yet that almost half the states in this country don't allow your inalienable, born with God-given constitutional Second Amendment rights. And SCOTUS, whose very mandate is to stand up for our constitutional and civil rights, sit there with their thumb in their asses and do nothing for decade after decade. Well, maybe you'll get it sometime. Great! There are people alive who've never had their born with constitutional rights their whole lifetime because of them. That's why I'm always for impeaching them. The shootings happened on Juneteenth, a holiday that celebrates the end of slavery in the U.S. Earlier on Friday, former President Barack Obama and former First Lady Michelle welcomed the first visitors to his presidential center, his library on the South Side, which was a bomb, by the way. Yeah, I'm just saying, it's just what the crap. Are we really surprised? Are we really surprised? I mean, jeez. All right, let me catch up with you guys real quick here before we move on. I remember Jen Cantore on the Weather Channel faking hurricane damages. Oh, yeah. And that chick on NBC who was in a canoe acting like the floodwaters were so high when these guys walked right by her in boots and shorts. Yeah, I mostly know about America and the UK because I see the media from both all the time. I have friends in the UK. I mostly know this saying from America and the UK, but I know it's a lot of it worldwide. You do not mistrust or hate the media enough. They lie, and you're going to see we're got another story here later on where we talk about it. But yeah, the media lies and fake stuff. They've been doing it for so long, but until the internet, until YouTube, until people like me and much better than me and smaller than me streaming and showing the actual facts, they could get away with this. And now they can't. So it's decimated them, and that's why their share has dropped. All right. Joel, until this year, I thought Juneteenth was all the 10th, 13th through the 19th. No, it's just the day to end it, the end of it. That's the day they celebrate it. But they kind of say it's through the 13th through the 19th, but it's actually the 19th, Juneteenth. You know, they probably would like a Juneteenth month like Pride. Don't even get me going on that. Our veterans get 2 days. Straight people get 0 days, even though they've kept humanity going well since ever. Veterans saved in almost every Western nation, even some your veterans are who has been there to protect your country and what rights you do or do not have. But hey, they get 2 days. But because pride, by the way, which is a deadly sin, pride Here we went a month and force everybody to wear our shit. No. Okay. Sorry. In all honesty, I thought Juneteenth was part of the Pride Month. Well, actually, I don't know, because actually, Swamp Rat, I think if we had, let me hit something so it at least shows something on the screen there. There we go. If I know I can, whatever. This facts are facts. The math is out there. If black people had more pride in their society, true pride for real reasons, not fake, who do I sleep with pride, maybe they wouldn't be doing this. There wouldn't be all these shootings, this idolizing of gangsta culture, doing this crap. So maybe, pride can cometh before the fall. Pride can be a deadly sin. But I think in certain amounts, real pride would actually help. I don't know. It's insanity that they just... I mean, false pride is what gets you where they're at. We protect our own. I won't send a black boy to jail even if the evidence shows it. That's not pride. That's racism. And that's a false sense of pride. Two stick together, and if that's ghetto culture. Jay Watterson was a misplaced pride. Or Bexy, yeah, exactly. Misplaced or fake pride. I'm not even sure it's misplaced. I'm not even sure you call it any type of real pride. I mean, is it really prideful when you go around gangbanging each other on supposedly the great holiday you guys needed to end about ending slavery? Is that really pride? I personally don't think so. I don't think that's pride at all. All right, did my screen cut off that? Okay. Let's see. How you guys doing today? Patterson! Mr. Patterson. My dad told me long ago that locks just keep honest people honest. Thieves are going to thieve. 100%. 100%. And firearms regulations only stop the law-abiding. Because Chicago, they got all these, one of the worst sets of gun laws in the country, the most illegal and unconstitutional in the country. But boy, the gun crime keeps happening. It's almost like criminals don't give a shit about gun laws. Huh. Maybe that's why they're called criminals. Can't tell them that over here in Illinois, though. And 24 of our states that the Supreme Court won't get their thumbs out of their robed asses and rule the Second Amendment is what it is. Weird how that works. A bunch of pussies who should all be impeached. All right. How you doing today, Urbexy? Mr. Watterson, how you doing? I already said howdy to Mr. Patterson. I seen a reel on Facebook of a woman saying black people only kill each other as a side effect of slavery. What the... I'm sorry. That may not be funny, but when you hear something that ridiculous, I get it. Your brain hurt. Yeah, no kidding. Wow. I mean, come on. The never-ending ability of these people to be violent, racist, and then somehow able to just turn on a millisecond of a dime and make an excuse for all of it. And the excuse is always Equency Ocha. White devil, white devil. The chalk demons. Come on. Oh, Lord loves a duck. Swamp Rat, that's a good one. You need to, dude, if you find that, can you send it to me on lionsdenws6@gmail.com or on my X? I would love to talk about that one, buddy. Probably not this stream, but I got to be out of here at a certain time. But I want to do a good stream. I'm going to be on at least another hour, hour and a half. Jaxie is upstairs or out in the yard. He has learned lately that he can be a yard panther. So he's out panthering. He likes to sit by the bird feeder. So that's where he's probably at if he's not hiding around down here. We Scots have claimed Boston as the most western point of our country. Dude, Boston, Massachusetts got some issues too. But yeah, Jaxie's out wandering. He's thinking he's being yard panther now. All right. I don't know how many of you guys know. This is just something that caught my attention. I saw this video. I'm like, dude, I am so going to talk about this. I'm sure everybody knows by now the Reckless Ben videos, the Bricks and Minifigs documentaries and stuff going on where it looks like, I got to say this to cover my tiny little YouTube butt. Well, not just YouTube, but whatever. I'm on Rumble too, but, nobody watches on Rumble. Rumble is useless if you're a small channel. I'll say it. It's useless. And I know everybody, I just haven't had time to learn Kick. I will do it. I actually have a Kick account. But the Bricks and Minifigs thing is insane. It does look like it's pretty heavily proven that Bricks and Minifigs and a couple people involved in corporate and the new franchise people stole between $100,000 and $200,000 of Legos from the Manziel family. And Reckless Ben's videos, to me, prove it 100%. There's no way. Even editing, when you got the guy on the phone saying, well, I'd love to give the stuff back 1 minute, admitting they have it, the next, I don't have it, you stole it. So much evidence. Any judge involved in putting, by the way, Reckless Ben is under a gag order, which is unconstitutional, First Amendment rights. How dare you, judge? But the American Fork Police is a huge, huge secondary to come out of, in fact, some people say it's more important to come out of Ben's videos. It's shown this police department as absolutely corrupt, violated his rights, violated law openly. They colluded with the bad guys in this case. Oh my God, they are insane. Well, this video comes out, and this guy, Lackluster, is more of a, I'm not sure you call him a cop hater, but he's one of those people that the auditors, where sometimes they do have a kind of a dislike for police in general. I don't know that about his channel. I watched a couple of his videos just to see how he is. But this video is very relevant because it's from the American Fork Police and at least one guy involved in the Bricks and Minifigs from before the Reckless Ben stuff. And it shows the American Fork Police is horrid. 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 They've been dirty long before the Bricks and Minifigs fiasco and Reckless Ben. This guy, oh, watch this video. We're going to discuss this. This is wow bad. I mean, wow bad.
Filed a lawsuit against the American Fork Police Department.
Excessive use of force.
Complying, he got to his knees. And then.
Now look, the body cam footage is 2020. We're in 2026. This happened 6 years ago. This police farce has been doing scurvy shit, violating rights, improper procedures and stuff for a long time. And like I said, if you've never watched any of the Reckless Ben stuff, go watch it. And there's CoffeeZilla's done stuff on it, and Actual Justice Warrior, along with Reckless Ben stuff. You are gonna crap at the illegality. You don't have to be a law scholar. Jaxie knows more about law than half these officers. They openly broke laws, admitted that they were just hunting for something to charge this guy with. Insanity. But this is 6 years ago, guys. An excessive force lawsuit. Huh. And one of the cops involved is one of the biggest ones that was involved in the Bricks and Minifigs thing, where he did illegal shit again.
And he was blindsided.
Bam! Look at that, just
I
slammed
could
it from
feel
behind.
Officer Cannon coming. I could hear his equipment on him.
The problem is when we tell you to get down on the ground, you get down on the ground.
I did!
You didn't.
Can you send me that video, please? Please send me that video.
You can't respond to what they're telling you to do when you're being tased like that. They're just trying to defend themselves because they know they're wrong.
Then you started resisting.
I did not!
That's why you were tased.
Listen, I did not! I haven't even had dinner!
Welcome back to the Lackluster channel. In April of 2020, a man named Cody had an argument with his girlfriend and left with all of his belongings. Later that day, they appear to have made up, and after speaking to his girlfriend, she notified him that she was shopping at a local Target. So Cody went to leave his bags in her car.
I went into Target to try and find Tanya. I couldn't find her in there. And so I went to the dollar store.
And you bought a few things.
And I bought a few things from the dollar store to eat while I couldn't. And my phone was packed inside of my stuff, and I didn't have my phone on me. So I couldn't call her to find her. So I was just going to wait for her to come out and eat some snacks.
At around the time Cody made it to the parking lot, the American Fork Police
You got to give him that. The American Fork Police Department, yeah, they're horrid. I will say, as a mechanic, being tackled next to a Snap-on truck, that's an extra little bonus for me.
responded to the same area after receiving a call that someone was attempting to break into vehicles in the parking lot. 4 officers responded and saw Cody as well as a dozen other customers, and despite looking like everyone else, and even carrying merchandise himself, the officers stopped him as he returned to his girlfriend's car.
So yeah, they focused in on him. And there's nothing in this video that says he was known by the police for being a bad actor and stuff, and doing scurvy stuff. Out of everybody, they just honed in on him. You know, he's got a Mountain Dew and a bag of merchandise in his hand. That's it. They went after him. And dude, this goes down. These police are horrid. And the fact that they got through with this and still are around to do the shit they've done in 2026. I'm telling you, American Fork, what the that is one place I will never go. They can do all this crap?
The early moments of the video does not have audio, but the video shows an officer pull in front of Cody, hop out, and grab him.
Another one behind
Shortly
him.
after, he followed their commands and got on.
By the way, as a police officer, you can't just walk up and grab somebody. You got to say something or something. You got to have some articulable thing you're doing. You can't just grab somebody. You can't just detain somebody. You have to have something to articulate, not just walk up and lay hands on the guy right away. Not even is that the way it works. They've already broken procedure. Just walk up, grab. They've articulated nothing. Nobody described him as the person doing something they thought there was being done out in the parking lot. Just walk up and grab a dude. That's not the way it works.
His knees, raising his hands into the air.
And he does it.
As he asked the officers what he was being stopped for, Officer
down,
Cannon
hands up,
charges
knees.
towards Cody from behind.
I could feel Officer Cannon coming. I could hear his equipment on him.
Now keep in mind, I know it keeps telling me, he did what they said. He got down on his knees with his hands out. He's done what they said.
Jiggling, and I could feel something coming.
Wham!
I don't know if you've ever been tackled.
He did that right while the other officer is standing there. Look, he's standing, this officer's right here. If this officer felt so threatened, or this officer who had a taser pointed at him, if they felt so threatened, they could have done something. This guy is a piece of shit who runs up from behind and tackles a guy on his knees, hands out. He come out of nowhere and just whammoed. Holy shit. And he hit him hard. Wait till you hear this guy had some injuries and stuff.
I don't know if you've ever been tackled without pads or anything. I got hit in the spine by his knee. It like knocked the wind out of me instantly.
Tase him!
And they're tasing him.
I'm good!
You hear they said they're tasing
All
him.
I could think of was
You can't do what they say when you're tased. Your body locks. So if his arms are any certain place, they're stuck there. He can't do jack. They're rolling him while they're tasing him. You can see the probes are out and they're in him. He's yelling, tase him, tase him. He can't do jack what they're telling him to do. So now he's been tackled unlawfully, and they're tasing him while screaming at him that he's not following their commands now. Jeez.
to tell him like stop, don't, and try and protect my face because he went to instantly punching me in the head and face.
I'm good!
You can't respond to what they're telling you to do when you're being tased like that and punched in the face and head at the same time. I would say that he probably punched me 30 times.
Yeah, we'll see. The YouTube makes you block blood, but you can tell his face is bloody. Remember, this is a guy that there's no evidence he ever did anything. Nothing.
I'm good! Hey! Get your hands out! Get your hands out! Stop it, James!
They're still tasing him. They're still tasing him. This is a guy, there was no description of him, no nothing saying he did something.
Stop! Get your hands out! Stop! Stop!
Still tasing, you still hear it. You can't move when they're doing that.
Okay! I'm good!
Yet they're screaming that he's not listening.
Hey! Stop, please! Stop, please! Right there, cover right there. Stop, Miles, stop!
I can't get it to your hand.
Stop! You're like fucking me up, dude! Turn! No, I will.
Where do you want him?
Don't tase me no more, dude.
Now you're not tasing him, you can do that.
Bring your hand behind you, we'll stop tasing you.
I will. Don't hit me like that, man. Fuck! What am I being arrested for? What am I being arrested for?
This is
Don't. Do not move. Stay there.
What am I getting arrested for? Don't do that fucking. God, man. You guys hate me or something?
Just relax.
Why?
Stay there.
Why do you hate me? Why do you hate me? So look at my fucking face, dude.
You're not complying. That's why.
Bullshit.
This is happening.
Complying to what? On his knees like the officers told him, hands out, officer right next to him wasn't doing anything, officer in front with a taser pointing and doing nothing, till this asshole attacked him. Tackled him, then everybody started pounding him and tasing him. They get him? What are they saying a little bit here? You were resisting arrest. Arrest? What was he under arrest for? Nobody ever said he was under arrest or detained or nothing. They walked up, grabbed him, he complied, they tackled him.
The officer now gaslights Cody, explaining that the reason he was beaten was because he was not complying, even though he was on his knees with his hands in the air when an officer tackled him from behind. But before we continue, I recently heard Tony Robbins talking about NMN, a compound studied for energy, recovery,
I'll let his ad play while we talk a little bit. But yeah, that's so far absolute crap. So far absolute crap. But yeah, Tony Robbins, NMN. Actually, I take NMN. I'm not telling you what to do. Just look it up. See what you think. I will say my doctors are fully okay with it. So we'll get back to the chat here in a little bit. Let's get through this and then we'll. So yeah, wow. End qualified immunity. Jay Watterson, if not end qualified immunity, I would like qualified immunity to be reduced. When it's clear as a bell like this is, not only qualified immunity should automatically evaporate, they should face prison time. They should face jail time. You should never be a law enforcement officer again if you do what these officers did. Including the new officer, who I guess one of them is a rookie, who stood there and just let it happen. And every one of them made excuses and joined in and then gaslit and lied to this guy, Cody, I believe, who got tackled. You didn't listen. He did exactly what you told him to. So, no, I don't know about end it. Because ending qualified immunity 100%, everybody will just sue cops. I mean, look at the ghetto people we watch on most police body cams who would just, we would be buried in lawsuits. Everybody automatic. But when it's something clear as a bell as this, which already this is clear as a bell, clear as shit that these cops were totally in the wrong. That would be, yes, no qualified immunity for that. Zero, zip, zilch. I will say beautiful background, even though it looks really cold to me, and I don't like cold.
Video, where one of the violent liars notices a woman filming the interaction.
Can you send me that video, please?
You sure?
Please send me that video.
The problem is when we tell you to get down on the ground, you get down on the ground.
I did!
He did.
And you fucking the guy hit me from the side.
We clearly heard the officer at the beginning say, get down on your knees and your hands out. And he did that. That is exactly where. The officer that came in and tackled him maybe should have paid attention to the situation instead of running in and assaulting a guy. There was an officer. So the officer running and tackled didn't think maybe the cop that was standing there at ease, the police officer standing next to Cody when he was attacked, didn't look all upset and hyper or like he's, oh my God, threatened. The guy who ran in should automatically lose qualified immunity, and if the others lied, done, gone. Once again, this is the American Fork Police Department 6 years before all the lies and illegality they've pulled during the Bricks and Minifigs thing. So I'm going to say probably this police force has been corrupt at least 6+ years. At least.
Recording, but do you want to get
No, it's totally fine, yeah.
I did. Give me a sec, guys. Give me a take a breath.
And then you started resisting.
I did not.
That's why you were tased.
How do you resist when you're being tackled?
Well,
let's get the video then.
I've got it.
You want to hit me again?
I've got 4 videos here.
Oh, you got 4 videos, all right.
It's okay. It's just work. We're getting paid to be here.
Let me go. I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong.
You need to calm down.
No shit, you do.
It's okay. This is normal for us.
Oh, it's normal to break people's constitutional rights and attack somebody. I like how their cops telling him to calm down. Fuck you. Fuck you. You started off right away grabbing me. Never said a word, just got out and grabbed me. Then I do what you say and you attack tackle me and punch me, tase me, beat me up, and you're telling me calm down. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't care. The calmest person out there is going to be fucking hot. Just adrenaline alone. And being tased and everything else, you're going to be pissed. Pissed. But calm down.
Unfortunately, this is what we deal with.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the probes
maybe you
out.
should have calmed down yourself, officer.
No, just relax. We're gonna get those probes out of you, and then we'll stand
up.
Do not
stand up.
You are resisting.
Don't push on me no more.
You know what? I don't know if I have a pen. I lost it. Okay. I don't have my phone with me either.
Don't push on me no more. God damn it. Please get off of me. Please.
Look at his face. You can see that. Wait.
Phone number?
Once again, YouTube.
801.
YouTube's idioticness. When it's some news like this, you should be able to see it. Oops, I went back too far. Hang on here.
I don't have my phone with me either.
Of course not. You probably lost it when you tackled him.
Please get off of me. Please.
Look at his face. There's blood all over his head. Clear down on his shirt. All over. Once again, this guy was not described by anybody in the call. Nobody said him. There were multiple people in the lot. They zoned in on him, grabbed him, tackled him, tased him, punched him. And then they tell him, calm down. And to every one of these officers, get fucked. Telling somebody to calm down after you do this to them. Besides, a lot of people don't realize, when you get tased, there's a good amount of chance that you've peed and shit yourself. So yeah, you're sitting in that too. And as a guy, that's really lovely.
I'm going to text you your phone number?
801.
I'm sorry, but
if you can just send me that
the
video,
snap-on truck is still peak
not a big deal. We appreciate
bonus
that.
for me. Not a big deal, dude, huh?
You guys won, Nags. Look at my fucking hands, dude. Fuck.
There's a probe down there. Is there another one?
Please don't.
Where's the other one?
Right there on Bay's wrist.
And he's not really struggling. Ever since they stopped tasing, he hasn't struggled.
It fucking hurt, too.
Since they stopped tasing, he stopped twitching and moving and didn't
I
seize
don't need
up.
to be hogtied. I'm
You're
gonna
not getting hogtied. I'm just on your feet.
Please. Please, I'm begging you.
They knocked him out of his shoes.
What?
What's your name?
You gonna fucking punch me in the face? Fuck, dude, come on. I didn't even hit you guys back.
I'm gonna tell you something right now.
I'm gonna tell you something.
You have the right
Disrespect
to
me, motherfucker.
I suggest you shut the fuck up.
Don't fucking talk to me like this. Like, just let me stop. Look at
That is an arrogant piece of shit cop. I suggest you shut the fuck up. Guy's got blood on his hands. He's got some other injuries they talk about later. This cop in this watch right here, this guy's a total fuckwad. And dude, you guys know I watch police videos. I've always talked about I support police. But then when the bad cops like this happen, we need to do something about them. They need to be fired and never, ever see law enforcement again. And if you have a pension, it should be seized, gone, and given to whoever you wronged. You know, fuck the taxpayers paying for your bullshit. If you are going to take a job where you are in charge of somebody's freedom, their possible lives, their civil rights, their job, you can cost them their job, anything, then when you do not follow procedures, which these people obviously did not, following procedure, we ain't going to go after you if somebody gave you a wrong procedure and you followed what you are told to do. Legally. When you break laws and constitutional rights and do this shit and you're telling somebody shut the fuck up, yeah, no more. You're done. Gone. Gone. And it should be you paying for it. Your house should be seized. Your car should be seized. Your pension should be seized to pay for it, not the taxpayers.
me, dude. I respect you guys a lot.
No, you don't.
Fuck if I don't, dude.
You're fighting with us, bro.
You
That's
fought
the coward
me.
that attacked you right there.
I didn't fight back.
You did not comply. That's why you got fought with.
Fuck you, dude. I did too.
Officer Cannon doesn't know jack and shit. Jack and shit. He got out, ran into the scene. This cop, like I said, look at this guy in the background. This officer standing here, he doesn't look all stressed. His arm's down to his side, his other arm's on his hip, maybe on his firearm, but he's not pulling nothing. He's just standing there. And this guy, he's way back, got a taser on him. There's nothing going on. Here comes Jack.
Have the right to remain silent.
No.
I suggest you use it.
Find one on him.
This is it. Yeah, Cody Wade, fucking Greenland. Please don't lose.
Now that fat fuck right here we're looking at, this one, hey, look at his name. I believe this is the guy who was involved in the American Fork stuff. He was a lieutenant then. In his 2026, he's been promoted. Going through this illegal shit and then the stuff he did with Reckless Ben. Oh, look, you can look at his rich Thin Crisps. Great evidence retrieval, officers. Jeez.
These cuffs and get the fuck off of me.
I'm not doing that.
I was
Cody.
fucking not doing anything
No, I'm
wrong.
still resisting.
I'm not.
Oh,
dude.
resisting. How do you resist being tackled? These officers assaulted the man. He did nothing. They tackled him. Then you resist an unlawful arrest on being tackled from behind, not even know, and then being tased and punched. Oh, you resisted being punched. How dare you not just lay there and let us punch you in the face or tackle you or tase you? That's silly. How dare you? Man, oh man, oh man.
Stand up then.
Nope.
Please. Please don't.
Roughly 5 more minutes of
Think
this
about this guy's in
conversation
pain right now.
continues before one of the officers finally tells Cody why they were even there.
Yeah, right here. So the reason why we're out here, Cody, is because someone called and said you were trying to break into cars.
No, my stuff's on the side of her car.
That was the call that we got.
So you fucking
No,
attacked me.
you didn't know it was him.
Dude, I got down, dude. You know it.
But you didn't go all the way down.
I got on my
Oh,
knees, dude.
there's an excuse.
Dude, I didn't even attack you.
He didn't
It's
say
not
that.
funny, dude.
I'm not laughing. I'm not saying it's funny.
It's not funny. Because I didn't try to fight back. Not one time, dude.
Besides this, look at the size of this guy compared to the others. I'm not a very large guy, but this guy's not big at all either. Every one of these cops outweighs him by easily 70, 80 pounds or more. Can you imagine getting tackled by a guy that weighs 100 pounds more than you from behind?
That's fucking bullshit. It ain't funny, dude.
Not laughing.
What? I could have got what? You don't think so? I could have took him more, huh?
The rest of the available footage is muted by the officer.
Oh, that's illegal.
Roughly
That should never
half
be done.
of the available video.
We see this all the time. The officer will turn off the audio.
And I'm gonna stop. I'll let you go with the rest of this. I'll try to be quiet for a little bit. But dude, the very fact that officers can stop their body cams or mute them, it should never happen. They should never be able to turn them off, ever. When you go on duty in the morning, that shit goes until your shift is done. Till you hang that back up on the police department's goddamn hook. On that charging dock, the unloading dock. That thing should never be able to be turned off and never be able to be muted. Why does it need to be muted if you have the people doing the FOIA requests who will go through that and mute stuff out? The only reason they have a mute, well, it's not to cover for sources or any, information. They say private information. Bullshit. That's your FOIA people are for. That's what the office people are for. The fact that they do that means they cover for shit. They're covering up shit. They can say stuff, talk about searching for, oh, let's find something to get him on, or hey, let's get our story straight, or berate the man, telling him, hey, if you fight this, we're going to make sure you go to jail forever. We'll hunt you down in town. They could be saying that. Never, ever should a body cam be able to be stopped or muted by a police officer. That is it. And officers, that is there to protect you just as much.
They claim when they do that, they're trying to do investigative work or something like that. They make up an
Which, why
excuse
can't we
like
hear
that,
it?
which is nonsense.
Why can't we hear investigative work?
Cody was arrested for assault on a peace officer and possession of a controlled substance. He was first taken to a hospital, and upon being discharged, he spent the next 5 days in jail before bailing out. He suffered a significant concussion, several broken fingers from the officers stomping on his hands, continues to have a constant ringing in his ears, and PTSD. He fought his criminal charges and they were thrown out due to the obviously unlawful search and seizure.
Not just unlawful, unconstitutional, and illegal. Keep in mind, if you tackle somebody from behind who's on their knees, that's assault. That is clear assault, battery, whatever you want to call it. It is clear, and it's first degree. That is insanity. What they did is they committed assault. So yeah, the case was thrown out, 100%.
Nearly 2 years pass after the incident when Cody filed a lawsuit naming all 4 officers, the city.
Now those police officers' names should all be very well, should be broadcast out there. Good officers should be lauded, awarded, given raises, all that. But bad ones like this, every one of them should be 100% fired. 100%. By the way, Sergeant Q Adamson. Hey, look, Sergeant. In 2026, he's a lieutenant who is still doing illegal shit. Yep. And Cannon here is the jackass who attacked him from behind.
And the department.
The man being tackled is suing the American Fork Police Department for excessive use of force.
You saw him on the ground, hands up. No need to tackle him from behind.
Greenland admits that he was not a good guy at the time. He says he did have drugs on him and did have a drug problem,
But they didn't know that. They didn't say he was known, had other arrests, and he was never described. They didn't know that. Yeah, he may not have been a good guy, fine, but he didn't know that. They knew none of that shit.
He said officers didn't know that, and there was no reason for them to act the way that they did.
But he's now sober and helps people seek treatment for addiction. And when asked what he's hoping from this lawsuit, Cody says,
Honestly, it would be great if they would give the police the right training. I want to continue to help people and just spend the time with my family and not have any worries that this is going to continue on or happen again.
The lawsuit claims Cody suffered an unlawful seizure, lack of probable cause, excessive force, and failure to intervene.
I think all of it. All of it.
A non-violent misdemeanor. The courts have all said that, and they've been very clear about it. You can't take.
Now tell me how many guys go breaking in cars carrying that much stuff. Look at all this stuff. Here, let me back up so you can see it around, or I'll try to move me here in a second. But, dude, they show, look at this. Here, that has to be out of my camera view. The piles of stuff
Intervene. Here. You can't tase.
Nobody goes breaking into cars carrying that around. That means he got dropped there with all of his stuff. He was going to put it in her car. Or their car, I'm not sure which. You don't go carrying that around. How is he transporting that stuff around from spot to spot to spot to go break in cars? Shut up. Retards.
A non-violent misdemeanor. The courts have all said that, and they've been very clear about it. You can't tase a
100%, Joel. 100%. They realizing they fucked up, then they mute to get the story straight. 100%. They mute to get the story straight and or threaten him maybe. Yeah, I don't know, that muting should never be allowed.
Non-violent misdemeanor. They had no probable cause to seize and arrest Cody Green. He had done nothing wrong. They had suspicion, reasonable suspicion to talk to him, but not to arrest him, not to take him into custody. The basic rule of thumb is you can't use force at all if no force is necessary. There are three standards. You look at the severity of the crime. And in this case, even if Cody was prowling cars, which he wasn't, that's considered a minor offense. You don't go and beat someone severely for it. Secondly, you look at the immediate threat to officers or to others. Like a person waving a firearm would be an immediate threat. No immediate threat here. And thirdly, you look at as a person resisting arrest or evading, and you don't have that. He's on his knees, hands up. And you can't taser a non-violent misdemeanor. You've seen this in the national press. Officers have an obligation to intervene to prevent other officers from violating civil rights. He had a significant concussion. He's had ringing in the ears that hasn't stopped for 2 years.
Well, he
had several broken fingers and knuckles and significant PTSD. This was an outrageous violation of his civil rights. What these officers did was outrageous. That bloody face is a result of excessive force by a police officer. Totally unnecessary, uncalled for, illegal. Illegal and unconstitutional in the extreme.
Less than 2 months later, the city offered Cody $25,000 to settle the case.
That wouldn't even cover the medical costs for that. Medical costs, a severe concussion, and the one thing they left out that I'm sure happened, my guesstimate, if you get hit in the knee from behind, with a knee in the middle of your spine from behind, dude, that's going to bruise your vertebra. You broke fingers, you broke knuckles. Oh, the knuckles is the bad one. Concussion enough to have ringing in his ears, bleeding, lacerations. It costs way over $25,000. They're not even offering him enough to cover the medical and the time he spent in jail that he had to pay bail for. Then the court time. You had to pay a lawyer to go in and get it dismissed, or it wouldn't have been dismissed. So no, not even close. And notice you don't hear about the officer who did the tackling being fired.
It appears that this was simply a first offer, and nothing suggests that Cody accepted it. The case was dismissed just 3 months later in July of 2022, but the final settlement terms are not publicly disclosed.
I'm going to bet a shitload. I'm going to bet that 25K said, screw you. That lawyer, the way that lawyer talking said, get stuffed. We're going to bury you. And I'm going to bet he got 100 to 300,000 somewhere in there. And they said, you can't disclose. Because the taxpayers, they want the taxpayers to know that they had to spend out $300,000, $400,000 or $200,000 of taxpayer money because of these pieces of shit. And that none of these people got fired then. Now they can spin it to go, well, we didn't really have to pay much out or any out, and these officers did nothing wrong.
Most of the civil rights lawsuits I've covered on this channel take multiple years to move through the courts, and settlements that happen this quickly often show that the defendants know that they are wrong.
You can't use excessive force on citizens. You can't. And unless people stand up to it, like Cody's willing to do, and go public with it, unless there are attorneys that take these cases, it goes on. And, you know, this story is going to go out in the news tonight. Hopefully, it has an impact.
The sad reality is that despite the story going out nationwide on multiple mainstream media platforms, it has nearly no significant impact whatsoever. There's no public record that any of the officers were fired, terminated, forced to resign, or even disciplined at all. At the time the lawsuit settled, all 4 officers were still with the department. A beating this severe would have surely resulted in criminal charges for anyone who doesn't work for the state. But even after compensating Cody for his experience, as though they were admitting to their guilt, not a single officer was charged.
To beat me, punch me in the face. They stomp my hands. My kids are scared to drive through American Fork City.
I would be. Knowing what they just did there, that they didn't give a rat's ass about law, procedure, constitutional rights. It's not good, especially if they run your plate and know who you are, because whether we like it or not, once again, I drive around I support police on my cars. I have my blue line flag. I grew up with cops. I love cops. I wave to police officers. I don't walk around afraid of them. But police, bad cops, do hold grudges. And since none of them got anything done to them, not even a mark in their record for it, nothing, means they're free to, cause more trouble with his family or him. I'd be scared shitless if I was one of his family members. That's a fact.
I've been arrested.
And I'm going to disagree, Rebexy. He had 0 tools for breaking into cars. Dude, Ritz, crackers, and Mountain Dew, that is exactly the tools you need to break into a car. Well, at least if it's a fat person in it, you go, look what I got. And they get out and you take the car. That's bait. You throw the Mountain Dew and the Ritz crackers over there, go, they're yours. Boom. Steal the car. See, that's how you break into a car.
In the past, I know what happens if you don't comply. So I did exactly what they were asking, and I was trying to get them to tell me what I'd done wrong, and I had my hands out. They asked me to put my hands out.
He did.
It's not later till in the video that he said, oh, we told you to get down. And as soon as they told me, it was like instantly he came charging at me. If I was to go on a construction site and attack one of the homeowners or something like that, I would go to jail. I don't see why. I mean, it's in the video. I said that they said you're going to jail for attacking us. And I was like, no, you're going to go to jail for attacking me, but which is probably not true. It's probably not going to happen.
Which is insane. They did say that in the video. You attacked us. He didn't attack Jack.
But that's what, on the other side of the fence, that's what would happen to me. So I just don't see why it would not happen to them.
In fact, not long after this settlement, Sergeant Quinn Adamson, duly infamous for his part in the Reckless Ben Lego drama, and my other recent publication featuring the American Fork Police Department.
So this guy is an auditor, and he's found many problems already in the past with the American Fork Police Department before the Reckless Ben stuff. So the fact that American Fork has done jack and shit to correct these, to correct their insanely horrid police department says it all. And I'm sorry, if I was living there, I'd be scared shitless of these guys. When there are video upon video of your officers breaking people's rights, injuring people, breaking constitutional rights, muting cams so they could lie or make stuff up, my supposition, and then the Reckless Ben stuff and everything else, this guy has at least 2 videos out, and he's got another one coming out in a few days. So make sure you go check his channel out and go look for that video. It's going to come out probably, and I guess he's going to want to let the video we're watching run a few more days to a week before he, gets some good run out of it before he goes and releases it. But go check it out, because I'm looking forward to see it. But yeah, this is another one, American Fork. I mean, come on. Jeez.
Was promoted to lieutenant. Furthermore, the funds that paid Cody were not withdrawn from the officers who caused this damage or their future pensions. Instead, the cash settlement was taken from you and I involuntarily, as if we were the responsible party. And once again, we the people are the only ones to be punished for the crimes of officers, while whoever was breaking into cars in the parking lot was able to make a clean getaway. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video, which surprisingly features one of the same officers from this same department.
I'd love to take the deposition of Officer Cannon and find out what he was thinking. To tackle a guy from behind that's on his knees with his hands up. I'd like to know the justification.
Yeah. So that is the video. I'll probably post a link. I'll post a link in the chat before we leave here. And I tell you, go over and check it out at Lackluster and try to find the other video that you talk about the American Fork, and he's got another one coming out. So go make sure. Well, now he's got a thumbs up from me for 2 different my accounts. So yeah. All right, let me catch up with you guys real quick, and we will head on. Rebexy says, Jay Waters, end qualified immunity. I don't want to end it, but I definitely want to ding it a little bit. I would like to reduce it. Police can make honest mistakes. There's a lot they have to keep track of in rough situations, yes. But when they make a clear, illegal move like this and everybody backs it, and the other officers back it, if one officer had been honest, I'd be like, okay, that officer, no, you're not in trouble. If one officer would be like, dude, stop this. And there are videos out there on YouTube like that where somebody is doing something like this and another officer or 2 come in and go, what the F are you doing? And they will stop them. And sometimes those officers will be ostracized by the rest of their department, which is bad. To any good officer out there, do not ever ostracize an officer who does something honest, who does actually serve and protect and follow laws and calls out bad officers. You can't have that. If you want to be known and thought of better by the public, then do not crap on the good officers, the honest ones. But no, I don't want to see it dinged. You got to have some type of qualified immunity or our court system and our police department would never function. But when it's clear like this is a clear case. Qualified immunity should have been automatically removed for every one of these officers on the case. They all should have been prosecuted to the level of whatever their involvement was. And as soon as their body cams were muted, the fact they all did it, including the rookie guy there, that is bad. That is every bitch an admission of guilt to me as anything else, as Joel mentioned. Crooked cops, 100%. Don't go to American Fork, the police department on YT. Dude, I already went to American Fork, the police department, though, on their website, and they've blocked comments. I don't know if they unblocked them. You couldn't make any comments. They turned off comments because of all the stuff going on. Situations like this happen because they know the department will back them. Yeah, no matter what, yeah. Which is bad. Yes, it goes all the way to the top, which we all know. If you follow the Bricks and Minifigs thing, the American Fork police chief came out and made a comment about everything that happened and the controversy, and he blatantly lied in that statement multiple times. You go look around. There's 100 videos by lawyers on YouTube, actual lawyers, who are calling him out for blatant lies, saying things that are in opposition of the exact footage released. Oh my God, saying the cops said the opposite than they actually said when it's right on video of what they said and did. So yeah, 100% Jay Watterson, and that's the problem. And the fact that this has been going on for 6+ years easily, this one auditor alone has got 3 videos or so and another one coming out on this department. That's bad. And they've done nothing. Dude, I would hate to live in a place like that. I will say this. My police department in my area of the Quad Cities here is pretty good. I do not know of any police officers. I'm not saying I hang out with cops, but I don't know of any of them at my gym I've run into. I have a friend who's an ex-police officer in my city. He's retired. I know of a bunch of other police officers, and they're very good people who want to go out of their way to enforce the law and be honest about it. They will also tell you what police force in the Quad Cities to avoid, too. So, yeah. All right. Michael Malice. Michael Malice. I don't know, Jay Watterson. I can't go the full Michael Malice way. Michael Malice he does say that the police are not your friends. Is that what you're referring to? I don't have the video open, but your link, but I am going to push it over here for later. But he always says the police are not your friends. And I do agree with that. When they're on a call and they show up wherever you're at, yeah, they are not there to be your buddies. All right, here, I'll read it here. Michael Malice, there is no law so obscene that the police would not be willing to enforce it, which unfortunately we know because of COVID. There are some bad cops. Too many, really. Enforce it up to and including the mass execution of innocent children. Well, we know that in UK. They knew this trafficking was going on in the UK, and the police hit it actively. They knew it. They knew it. And that's where I'm going to say, sorry, the American police are better than the UK police. Sorry to UK citizens. We do not have a nationwide cover-up of molesting gangs of certain racial origin and background who came here legally, illegally, whatever, who've been doing this for decades. Our police do not do that. Unfortunately, yours did, and that is insane. On top of the videos of arresting a little girl for saying, you remind me of my gay aunt. Oh, my God. Arresting veterans for a post on Facebook. I mean, God dang. Ugh. All right, Rebecca, see, the body cam should be a sealed unit with no way to remove memory cards when it lifts, not getting a charge. Remove the charger. Yeah. Far as I know, when they don't have a removable memory card. The police body cams, at least here in America, are a sealed unit. And when you have to put it back on the charging dock to even offload the footage. So once again, if they're muting things to protect. Let me move the screen here a little bit. If they're moving things to protect investigation, that makes zero sense. If they're muting, because that's what the FOIA people do. Those people glean through, and they have law and everything in front of them and precedent, and they know what they're doing. They would delete anything sensitive. So the fact that they mute them, yeah, automatically. But no, they're sealed units. At least ours are. I don't know about the UK or other countries. Ours are sealed units. You cannot take the footage off unless they're on the dock at the station. They dock them. And it charges, and that's where it offloads into a main server in most of them. So, yeah. But no, it should never be stopped. And that's to protect the police officers just as much as the public. 100%. In fact, if you want to say some of the lefties out there who are wanted body cameras but now hate them, you would think they'd be more angry about these cops muting them. They'd be screaming about them. Muting these things. I mean, it's craziness. I read Joel there, and they effed up and then get the mute to get the story straight. Yep. Yeah, he had zero tools for breaking in. I said, nope, he's got Mountain Dew and Ritz. If it's a fat person, just toss them things, they'll go get them. Don't forget about lost time from work and possibly can't perform his duties at work. Yeah, Joel, that's a good point. I mean, how long did it take? Broken fingers and knuckles, that could take 6 to 8 weeks, and then you may never have the dexterity and feel back. Ringing in his ears from being pounded in the head. Yeah, that's, whoa. Yeah, $25,000 was a bullshit offer, at best. It wasn't going to cover the medical costs, the court costs, let alone anything else. So, yeah. Jim, the police don't just chat with you. They are gathering evidence, fishing. Yes, 100%. And I am aware of that. But, I mean, I knew police officers I talked to off duty, and I knew them as growing up near them and everything else, and I could tell. It's hard for a lot of officers to turn that off. You can tell sometimes, even when they're off duty, if you know any officers personally, even when you're talking to them off duty, they either practice or they can't help themselves but try to fish and look for things to get you to say things. It's sobering. So even if you call the police, be careful what you say around them. There's a lot of times where you should just say, I plead the fifth. I take my Fifth Amendment right to not self-incrimination, blah, 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 and I'm not going to talk until I have a lawyer. Sometimes that's the best thing to do. It is. The police don't, yeah. So the police don't, yeah. The police rarely chat with you. Rarely. Yeah. While I like our police for the most part and think we need them, but I do my best in many ways to avoid interactions with them besides waving hi or saying, be safe, man, when I walk by one at the grocery store, stuff like that. You know? So, yeah. Be careful. Be careful. Hey, Janie, what's up, man? Yeah, don't slip up. Yeah, 100%. I don't answer questions. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, well, don't say that. Remember, there are certain questions the Supreme Court says you must answer. You must provide your ID. You must identify yourself. Supreme Court says you have to. So don't do that. I've seen so many body cam videos where people get themselves in trouble being jackasses like, I know my rights, when obviously they do not. They do not. And they won't identify themselves, won't give a license, won't do the, insanity. But yeah, Jay Watterson, except for the things you are required to answer due to Supreme Court precedent, Pennsylvania versus Mims, all those, then yeah, I would say don't answer questions. Don't answer questions. And this guy, Cody, when they tackled him, once they stopped tasing him, he stopped fighting. But when you're tasing somebody, their muscles are tensing, what do you expect? What do you expect? I mean, all right, so, how you doing today, Janie? How's it going out east? All right, Jim Patterson had a girlfriend that was a psychologist. She couldn't turn it off when she got home. Notice I said had, yes. Yes, psychology is a voodoo science. Anyway, sorry it is. It's voodoo science. How many psychologists always say, oh, the criminal is reformed. He'll be fine. When they get out and, oopsie, the recidivism is 90+% after they go through. The psychologist's helping them. That's voodoo science. I got as much chance of my nice Trans Am can koozie here of doing any good for these people. So, yeah. SSDD. Oh. Yeah, I hear you, brother. I hear you. How's the wife doing, bud? And how's the rest of the family doing? Hopefully you guys are, same shit, different day, but hopefully a little more peaceful for you. Let's see here. But no, let's go on. I got just about an hour left, guys. And once again, if you haven't, please hit thumbs up for the stream and share the channel. And Rumble, how you doing on Rumble? I see, hey, there's some people on Rumble. Wow, I'm surprised. Rumble is, as Urbexy said, Rumble seemed like it had possibilities when it first came out. But Rumble is, and I'm not picking on the big channels. I really am not. People like Salty Cracker. Salty Cracker was the biggest one who started that. Salty Cracker, Crowder, Pool. And there's some other big ones over there. But they grew on YouTube. In fact, Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers said, oh yeah, he's on other platforms, but ain't no way he's ever going to dump YouTube because that's where you grow. That's where the audience is. That is the best platform, even with their censorship and unequal application of rules. So yeah. There's the other half. Eva, how's it going? So no, or Bexy's right. Rumble showed a lot more promise. It's very stagnant now. And I'm not the only one who's seen that it's not, the growth is not there. If you're anything besides a big channel. In fact, I don't think the huge channels are growing there. They can just drag over some of their audience that is pissy at YouTube and goes over to Rumble. And I don't think they really grow on Rumble. I would have to look and see if I can look back at Tim Pool and all these others to see if they actually grow theirs. I don't think they do. I think even somebody the size of Crowder doesn't really see a lot of growth there. That's why Crowder even lately has been putting more clips and stuff back on YouTube. I think he sees it too. I mean, I understand trying to have a more free speech platform, but isn't Kick also like that? And aren't they, I don't know, Kick I don't think is as big as Rumble, but Kick is growing, I think. I think Kick tries a little better from what I've heard on small creators. Is internal investigation departments even a thing? Yes. Oh yeah, they have IA. They have internal investigation, Joel, but half of them are just as bad and don't want to do anything anymore about it. It's the blue wall, unfortunately. And it also depends on who is in your IA, how corrupt are they, how much are they doing illegal crap. Because there's IA supposedly got involved in the reckless Ben stuff and did nothing. When the officers are on body cam after footage of Ben's doing illegal stuff. So that's the problem. When you have a rot in a police department that goes from top to bottom, IA ain't gonna do any good. That's why there were people saying that Trump's DOJ should see all the reckless Ben stuff and go after American Fork. And I think they should. And I think it would send a good message to every corrupt police officer and department that, yeah, if you do something and it gets viral, you're going to go to jail over it. How you doing, Eva? Even though Jim already told me SSDD. YT is a black hole. Sucks you back in. It does. I think it's very hard to grow on any. I think YouTube, Twitch, if you're of the right type of streamer, you can grow on Twitch, especially gaming. Kick, and I'm not sure if there's any others you really can grow on besides those three. I really don't know. But it does draw you back in. I mean, like, if you're in an urban exploration group like J&E and Eva are, you aren't going to grow on the other platforms. Hell, Urbexy is on some of the other platforms for urban exploring, and he ran the same thing, and so did I. You don't grow on those at all. Only on YouTube. So YouTube has problems, but it's still pretty epic in many ways. Oh, not too bad, Eva. I'm going with what Jim said, SSDD. All right, so hang on a quick sec, guys. I can ask the wife a question. We got to be out of here. I mean, we're leaving just about 4, right? Okay, I'm keeping track of my time. All right, sorry. Like I said, we're taking a pretty large dog dock diving today. I think if he comes off that thing, he's gonna splash hard. All right, so let's move on a little bit here. Got a little time here, and thanks for stopping in. And for the few on Rumble, thank you. By the way, if you are on Rumble, feel free to comment. If you don't have an account on Rumble, to comment, which a lot of people do not, go over to LYON'S Den on YouTube and comment there. But thank you for stopping in over there on Rumble. Appreciate it. All right, so let's move on to the United Kingdom a little bit. Since Urbexy is wandering around here. I don't know if he's still there, but he's wandering around. Oh, that's okay, Janie. You know how to get a hold of me. I think you have my phone number and I know Messenger and everything else. Yeah, get a hold of me. I can do that. It's not a problem. As soon as I figure out how to do that. I miss Hangouts, guys. I know some people are going to go, okay, Boomer. I miss Google Hangouts because it was so easy. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I could do it through this software or not. But yeah, get a hold of me. All right, but let's move on to the UK. Let's see. Apparently, a still unnamed 30-year-old man who threw a 3-year-old into a crocodile pit was unfit for interview because he has serious learning difficulties. He was taken to the zoo by 2 carers, or caretakers, we call them here in America. They would have been responsible for him, so why have they not been arrested? Yeah. And I'm going to say something right here. People are pissy. There are people out here saying, this guy is mental. He can't be, he can't take care of himself. He's got diminished capacity. Somebody that is violent enough, there's no way this guy, if he's diminished capacity, wasn't violent in other ways. You don't just automatically grab a little child and throw him into a crocodile pen. That is insane. I mean, just nutso. Let me close a few of these as we get through them here. Hang on. See, I got a lot of windows open, as you can see. That's one we're going to close for now. I already got the link for that. I'll put in the chat before we leave. So, yeah, and the funny thing is they wouldn't name him. They kept saying forever, 30-year-old, 30-year-old, 30-year-old. So people knew right away it was going to be an immigrant of some type. They're protecting him. It's craziness. Let me see what this is. Sorry, I'm looking at this link C.J. Watterson sent me. Whoa, hello, it's going to play something. Uh-oh, what is that? Come on, waiting for it to load up. What's it doing? Oh, yeah, okay. Let me move that over. There we go. All right. But yeah, it was funny because everybody was talking about this. And the fact that the media would not, this kept saying, 30-year-old man. They're like, Because we have the same thing here in America. As soon as they say, perpetrator did this. What's the description? Perpetrator. But description? You're looking for somebody. The police are looking for somebody who did this. And the suspect is out there. It's a 30-year-old man who did something. In America, we already know this. As soon as they don't describe the suspect, yeah, it's a black guy. Because if it's a white guy or an Asian guy or a Hispanic guy, they automatically, 30-year-old Hispanic man is being sought in connection with, 30-year-old white guy is being sought in connection with, etc. As soon as they say, they're looking for a guy. Nothing else? No. So that's the same thing going on over there with you guys. 30-year-old man. So, immigrant? No, couldn't be. And the sad thing about this is, yeah, his carers, if they were that incompetent, and why did nobody stop this guy if he picked up a child and threw a child into a crocodile pen? And the 3-year-old is alive but was hurt very bad. Yeah, they need to release the names of the 2 caretakers who were on their phone 30 meters away from a mentally disabled man, a pretty large guy by the looks of it, who threw a 3-year-old boy into a crocodile enclosure, leaving a critical condition. Release the names of the carers. Carers? That doesn't seem like a word to me. Carers? Caretakers? Carers. But no, we know it in America. As soon as, and it's funny because everybody knows it and they still ad nauseum do it. I mean, who are they doing this for anymore? Even the lefties out there know that when they don't, describe the person in America, you know who it is once they don't describe them. In the UK, you know who it is if they won't describe or name the person. Uba Kububra. Oh, from Africa maybe. That's why they ain't going to say the name. So here we go. Oh, Adanawa Bulwana threw the 3-year-old child in the crocodile enclosure. Well, that certainly is a very British name. Nothing to see here. Yeah, it finally got brought out by everybody else. The media wouldn't do it. Adanawa Bulwana. By the way, how much of your UK money is going to take care of this mentally diminished immigrant? Just saying. That seems a little off. So I'm just saying. So a lot of people started busting it out because the media wouldn't do it. And the funny thing is, they let him out on bail right away. And what do you mean mentally diminished? He doesn't look, excuse the language here, he doesn't look like he has Down syndrome. And sorry, most people that have Down syndrome, there is a facial structure. We all know that. It's not picking on him. It's just a fact. It's just like, people with my lung problem have a breathe like I do. Hey, it is what it is. But yeah, they already let him out on bail. Described as mentally disabled. As in what? Is he violent? Or a little light in the loafers? I mean, what? What? Still refusing to name him, which now we know. Last person those in charge let free didn't end well. Yeah. When will the UK ever learn? 100%. I'm going to repost that. So yeah, where's the picture of the man from Norfolk? That's what they kept saying. A 30-year-old UK man, they didn't say Norfolk, but they said where he was from or something, and they kept saying it, and people were like, we're comparing it to it was Norfolk. They were comparing it to the Virginia man or whatever in America. The Maryland man. Oh, you mean like the Norfolk man? You mean like the Maryland man? Yeah, Adawana. The suspect had learning difficulties who had 2 carers, God, I can't do that word, who had apparently, by witnesses, were not interested in looking after the man, busy on their phones. Yeah, everybody's saying they weren't paying attention. And it looks like a pretty good-sized dude here. I'm just guessing. A lot of times, head facial structure, you can kind of tell a good-sized person. No. Now, the funny thing is, the media was really trying to hide it in the UK. But hey, look at this. This is NBC News. 3-year-old critically injured by crocodile after ending up in its enclosure in British Zoo. What the hell? Okay, pray tell, NBC News, how did the 3-year-old end up in the crocodile enclosure? Because every time I've been to a zoo or a animal refuge or something, it's not, there's no way 3-year-olds are just going to end up in the enclosures with these animals that will eat you, rip you limb from limb, make you a play toy before they eat you. So yeah, gee, NBC News. So it wasn't just the leftist, the media in the UK, it was our media. All the lefty medias were hiding this, going, Urgh. Police did not reveal how the child came to be in the reptile enclosure. Yeah, they did. Some dude threw him in there. Our media is even worse. At least yours said, hey, somebody threw him in. A 30-year-old man, a 30-year-old Norfolk man, threw a kid into a crocodile enclosure. Ours is going even farther, saying they did not reveal how he came to be in there. Well, I doubt the kid said, oh, looky, kitty. Even little kids look at crocodiles and go, dang, that's scary. But said a 30-year-old man was arrested on suspicion of attempted murder. Okay, NBC. If they arrested a man on suspicion of attempted murder, how do you think the 3-year-old got into the enclosure? Pray tell, NBC. NBC is hoping, they're depending on their normal people, their viewers and readers, to just see that headline and not read this other sentence and start thinking. So yeah. Police did not say how the child ended up in the reptile's enclosure, but the 3-year-old man was arrested on suspicion of attempted murder. The man, who is not known to the victim, was assessed as not being fit for interview. The unnamed man, Adawana, was released on bail Friday. I don't care. Okay. I don't care if you have all your mental faculties. I don't care if you have 1/10 of them. You throw a child into a crocodile pen, you should not be bailed out. You should either go to jail and stay there, or go to a padded facility for special people, for people that take the short bus. If this guy will throw a child into a crocodile pen and he's out along the streets, what else could he do? Shove somebody in front of a train. Shove somebody in front of a car. I'm sure he's allowed to have a ceremonial knife. UK citizens can't carry a butter knife on them. But hey, if you're any other immigrant, you can say, it's ceremonial. It's my ceremonial pokey device. Okay. Sorry, the fact that UK citizens allow their government to say you cannot have even a pocket knife on you, but this dude can carry around a sword. UK citizens, what is wrong with you? Carry around the sword. Child sustained serious injuries while in the enclosure. No shite. Dude, if I find this, we better not find out this kid lost any limbs or anything. You look at all the BS going on, the Rupert Lowe, the rape reports, the fact that the police been caught covering up for a long time even before this, all the attacks going on, NOAC, all this and this, dude, sooner or later, UK citizens, you've got to bring your government to heel. Holy crap. And from what I hear, Canada is only about 20 years behind this, maybe less. Oh, man. Detective Inspector. Remove one last name. Just say Inspector or Detective. Detective Inspector. Make me sound important and really smart. detective inspector. So he's inspecting detectives? That's what that sounds like. A detective inspector. That is, maybe the English language is different over there, but that right there to me sounds retarded. Detective inspector. If I'm a house inspector here in America, I inspect houses. Home inspectors. I'm just saying. Man. The family-run zoo said in a statement that its tropical house, so not only that, it's hurting a family-run business where the crocodiles are kept, would be closed until further notice out of respect to the family. Why? Why? How's that respecting the family? The crocodile didn't do anything that crocodile would normally do. The owners of the zoo didn't do anything wrong. I now it's even screwing with his family, this probably UK citizen family. Yeesh. That's insane. But no, it's just crazy that our media here in America felt they had to cover it up too. We've been going here. This is the same media in our country, in America here, that will say, but immigrants commit less crimes than citizens. No, you're conflating. Legal immigrants to America commit less crimes than actual native-born citizens. Illegal aliens commit crime at an 80+% more higher rate. So shut up. Obfuscated assholes. All right, let me catch up you guys real quick. We got one more to talk about, a little UK thing. Little more UK thing. Oh yeah, it's horrendous. And the media hid it in both countries. In our country and over there. Until citizens, once again, that's why the media hates YouTube, Rumble, all of them. They hate the fact that the internet, we can get word out. X. They got mad at Elon for a reason. They can lie, obfuscate. Think of how long they were probably lying to us, steering us, until now they can't do it as easily. It's hard for them, and they lose control of the narratives. They lose control of the narratives. Caregiver. See, I'm with you, Jim. Carer. That doesn't come out of my... If Urbexy's there, dude, do they actually say carer over there? I mean, he might not be there. It's time-wise. It's getting later over there for him. Carer. It doesn't come off my words right. Yeah, 3-year-old can just hop the fence. Yeah. In an alligator enclosure. I went back and did a quick little search with AI. They hadn't found any other incident at that zoo of kids getting into a crocodile enclosure. So this guy picked him up and threw him in. Caregiver, it's a big red flag, yeah. Dude, yeah, what's wrong with people? My question is, what's wrong with UK citizens? How long are they going to put up with this? I mean, that is just nutso. Dude, I'm telling you right now, that would not... The Rupert Lowe report of the 250 plus to 400,000 women raped by, and I can say it a little more now because somebody big like Asmongold has come out and just spouted almost all of it. So it frees up my tiny channel a little more. You know, they still unequally enforce the rules. But between, if a report in America come out that showed that, let's go to the size of country. We have to go to scale here. That between 3 and 5 million American women over decades were raped by immigrant groups, a certain immigrant group we brought in, and trafficked and their lives ended and stuff. 3 to 5 million, and the government and police covered it up. That would not. It would. Let's just say the reactions in America wouldn't be like they are right now in the UK. And now you got Henry Nowak almost getting his head cut off. You got all the attacks on women. You got this attack. I mean, it's starting to make me wonder what the F is wrong. How cowed and, I don't know, light. I mean, if you saw the Henry Nowak thing, they're sawing his head. This guy's sawing his head off these people. Oh my God, this chick is filming. He's sawing his head off. Somebody do something. Bitch, go over there and kick him. The guy that ran over and hit him with something, they said they hit him with a shovel. It sounded like it was soft, like styrofoam. Dude, you hit somebody with a real shovel, go ping! And that would have broke that guy's skull. So I don't know what the hell's going on over there. The UK, for the UK citizenry, your HBO or over there, Sky News or whatever movies, should be showing V for Vendetta on a loop to you people. And maybe some past footage of how your people used to stand up against tyranny. I don't know what to do. How much more will you take? Say that name again. It's funny. I don't know if I can say it again. Hang on. Oh, Lord. Let me see if I can find it again. Sorry, I was all over the place. I was looking stuff up. All right. Oh, crap. No, I lost it. It's here somewhere. I swear it. Oh, come on. There it is. Adanawa Bulwana? Adanana Balwana? Bob. African Bob. African Bob. Man. Some of the names. We were watching, my wife was watching World Cup soccer last night, and they were watching Paraguay versus Turkey, and one of the guys has a name with a letter C at the front, and it's got like a cat tail come out. I swear to God, it looks like a kitty cat's tail. And I was like, how do you even pronounce that stuff? And the guy's name also happened to be 85,000 characters long. Ugh. 3 years gets hot. I would guess it costs $200,000 to $300,000 a year in tax money per year. Oh, you're talking about the police, Joel? Yeah, it depends on each police force, possibly. Yeah, shiny. Yeah, I don't know, Janie. I don't understand how they're able to do this. They'll probably put the croc down. I don't think they will. I mean, that would be horrendous to put the croc down for being a croc. I mean, that's a croc. To put it succinctly, that's a total crock of crap. They put the poor alligator down. Alligator's laying there going, dude, I'm an alligator. Oh, look, they threw me food. He don't know. He don't go, wait, that's a 3-year-old child. You know, I'm very discerning. Yeah, the thing's been around for hundreds of millions of years. It's been alive because it ain't been discerning. Dude, there's one animal I would not want near me. It's a crocodile. I would rather try to tame a black panther than a crocodile. These things have been around for millions and millions of years. You ain't changing that thing. African Bob. I don't know, dude. Okay, African Adam. I don't know. African Bob. But no, and it gets even worse because, and you go to UK Text. Now, there's a salty cracker. I love the guy. In fact, I noticed after when I was setting the stream up, I argued with the AI trying to find this very video because I saw a post on X on it. Now I can't find the post. Then it comes up. I was doing searches everywhere, and the only thing come up is Salty Crackers video of it. And the funny thing is, I argued with AI. I even posted a link that said I didn't want to use his video. Oops. I'm not being mean. I love the guy, but I mean, I was trying to do my own thing. And the AI argued with me about this happening. And then it admitted, well, this is in Belfast and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, then show me. Well, I'm not allowed to do that. I'm like, oh, you a-hole. So it's nuts. He plays this. And this is another thing going in the UK where some immigrants were attacking cars with knives, and the AI admits it's in Belfast. I'm like, are you, to the immigrants over there, are you retarded? You know shit's going down. The people are getting tired of you, so instead of stopping, you're doing more crap? I mean, what the hell? So here we go, do a little bit of him, and just because I want to see this video. If you want to check out the full video, go to Salty's page.
You just don't hate the mainstream media press enough, Abe. Telling you right now.
Nope, you don't.
Albion's under attack from foreign invaders swinging machete.
I do think it's cool that he had the same ad called up when I found that, when I was arguing with my AI and it pulled this up. I was like, hey! I'd like to say great minds think alike, but...
Machetes and kitchen knives, right? And I know that
I want to get to the video.
Idris Elba is very... of illegal alien
there we go.
Migrant foreigners who are stabbing cars. Hey, take that. Come on. What?
I mean,
what? Wiggity, what?
Go over to Salty Cracker's shop. Buy a shirt. He's got great shirts. If I had spare, I'd be buying shirts. This is a shirt my wife got me for when I overdo it at the gym. But yeah, go over this. Buy a shirt from him. But no, they're stabbing this Audi with a knife and beating on the glass and everything. Probably mad because they couldn't steal it.
Oi! We've moved on from stabbing 17-year-old girls in the neck to stabbing your Audis. There you go. Bap, 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 bap. Take.
Dude, look at the size of that. Look at the size of that knife. That's not a knife. That's a knife. That is a Crocodile Dundee knife. That would make Crocodile Dundee embarrassed. Dude, after a certain size, it's not a knife. That is like a mini sword. I mean, the guy's hand is here, and it is easily 3 of his hands. So 3 of my hands, that's easily the size of a ruler. That thing is 12 plus inches of blade. I'm sorry, where is the cutoff between sword and knife? He's destroying things with a knife. No. Somebody's coming after me with something 12 inch or so on a cutting item. Don't even get me going. Don't go somewhere else dirty with that. But if somebody's coming after me with a knife that measured 12-inch blade, I'm going, dude's coming after me with a sword. And he may get freedom seeds thrown at him. Dude. I mean, what? I'm not the biggest fan of Audi, but what did the Audi do?
Mirror, or whatever you guys in England call it. But clearly the problem in this situation is the dreaded kitchen knife. The dreaded kitchen knife. Says Idris Elba.
Oh, yeah.
Says the BBC. Even this country will run cover for the foreign invader criminals in the UK because it's a worldwide op. Take a look at this. So yesterday, you had a man.
Yeah, I wasn't aware he did a video on this too until after I did the search. Trying to find the video of the guys beating the pub. I'm like, oh, this is going to seem redundant. But I just like the video I was just showing you. They come out and they beat the crap out of him. I'm trying to get to that. I want to go back to that. I'm just trying to do that part. There it is. I should probably go over and find the guy on X, but I tried earlier and I wouldn't come up on me. It said the video has been taken down or something because of complaints or something.
He can get bail. Wow.
Okay, come on, where is it?
All of these places are under attack.
Come on, that's all I want. I want this.
Because we don't enforce our border in Western civilization, right?
Nope, that's where they tax network.
I know taxation is theft. Tax Network USA, today's sponsor. Foreign invaders throwing 3-year-olds.
I swear it shows. The full video I saw showed.
You're going to continue importing.
I didn't have time to proofread. The full video I saw showed the people coming out of a bar afterwards and beating
third worlders who don't want to assimilate to Britannia, and they're going to go out there and stab people, acid attack people, throw children in crocodile.
He had the full thing.
Stab people's cars. Well, the English dudes are just going to solve this problem then. All right? Here you've got BAP. Bap,
look at the size of that thing. And dude, that is not a knife holster right there or something. You know, that's a scabbard. He's got a scabbard, which for any of you know, a scabbard is what you store a sword in. Yo, whoosh, whoosh. You don't store kitchen knives in a mobile scabbard. That is a small sword. So once again, UK citizens can't carry a friggin' pocket knife that I carry every day, but the immigrants can carry swords. It's just like as we talked about at the beginning, Juneteenth, the Juneteenth shooting. Gun laws, you make gun laws that crazy, only people that follow them are legal, law-abiding people. Illegal aliens and criminals won't follow laws, you idiots. And I find it semi-comforting to know that the government in the UK is just as effing stupid or just purposely hanging us all out to dry as it is here in America.
Windshield, there you go. Aloha, now he's stabbing the window. There you go. I was waiting for him to accidentally stab himself in the kidney doing that.
And they feel so ballsy to do this in public. Now here they screw up.
English men. Now he's stabbing a tavern. That's where they've lost it. Like, no,
that's it.
No, now we've had not our tavern. Bap! Bap!
Oh!
Get him again. There you go. Guess who's going to get arrested in this situation? This
Probably
is why we got to start arresting judges. All right, we got to start arresting. They're going to try to arrest those dudes. Look at those savages. Oi! You're ruining my Guinness. Boom! Got him. Bap! 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 And maybe you'll think, maybe they won't.
I will say this. The guys in the UK, you got to hit harder. Most people I know at the bars around here, you get whacked with a bar stool, you're not getting up running away very easily. You got a broken scapula, broken shoulder, broken arm. Yeah. But I just wanted to, once again, in the UK, just go along with what I was talking about. What is wrong with you people over there? Your government's got to be brought to heel. It's just going on and on and on and on. Craziness. All right, let me catch up here. They put bears down for people doing stupid stuff in the U.S. Yeah, dude, that is in mostly California. California does insane stuff like that. But usually it's not bears in the zoo. But yeah, they do that too. Actually, you're right. But it is crazy that if the zoo, we capture the animal, put it in the zoo, or it's born there. Some piece of dinner gets thrown in its enclosure. We kill it for being it, being the animal for being itself. I mean, I don't know. Crocodiles are dinosaurs, 100%. Crocodiles and alligators are flipping dinosaurs. We aren't gonna change a dinosaur. You know, we're not all Sonny Crockett. You know, you can name the alligator Elvis, but damn, man. Never forget Harambe the ape. He didn't hurt the child and they put him down, yeah? Yeah. Don't forget the other apes these people own who ripped people's faces off, too. Yeah. Let's just not, you know how to fix this? Don't have wild animals as pets. Stick with the animals that we've spent, 50,000 years domesticating. Dogs, cats, gerbil, whatever. Don't stick with stuff we've domesticated. Or at the very least, if you're going to get a non-domesticated animal, make it sure it's something that can't just take you out. Oh, I got a black panther. You're stupid. Oh, I got an alligator. You're stupid. I got an orangutan. You're stupid. I got a little bitty pet snake. Okay. I got a big 15-foot boa constrictor. You're stupid. Sheesh. Raccoons. Usually they can't take you out. So yeah, I'll give you raccoon. Yeah, I'll give you raccoon. I know friends growing up. I grew up in redneck land. I knew people had raccoons as pets. Yeah, okay. Yeah, because they were never afraid the raccoon was going to take them and the family out. They weren't going to go all Harambe or, whatever else. I know Harambe didn't. I get it, but they're not going to go African Bob on you. All right, one of the last things we want to talk about. Oh, I don't know how much time I'll spend on this, because is anybody surprised? We already knew this. Doctor Fauci should be in prison. If you and I lie to Congress, we're in jail. Yet if Obama's people do it, Biden's people do it, no jail time. Then they'll try to trap one of Trump's people and then send them to jail. It's weird. Unequal application of law here. Because a bunch of Biden and Obama's people both at times lied to Congress. Fauci lied. We all know it. It's been called out. It's on video. You can see him lying. You can see, and a curly-haired senator. Dang it. I'll get it in a little bit. Called him out for lying. The doctor, oh my Lord. I hate when I have a Biden moment. We know he lied, and they pardoned him. Actually, we're not even sure who pardoned him. Because if it's found out that Biden's handlers who were running the auto pen pardoned him, that should never count. The President of the United States has plenary, means absolute pardon powers. Not the auto pen and not, Assistant Jenny going tick, 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 tick. Not somebody from the deep state, not somebody in the CIA, NSA, whatever. Not some assistant. Do not have plenary powers to do pardons. So if it's found out Fauci, his pardon was done by auto pen, it should never count. Done. Gone. And on their way out, man, Tulsi just threw a bomb. How many guys heard this stuff? But She's leaving because her husband has an aggressive form of bone cancer. So, damn. She'll be back. I think she's going to be in politics. She may even run for president as a kinder, gentler type of Republican after this, I think. Maybe. Or a more common sense Democrat. We'll see. But, man, she threw some bombs on this. And what do you guys think? Do you think that Rand Paul, thank you, gosh, dang. Because his dad, Ron Paul, was epic. But what do you guys think? Do you think that if we can prove it was AutoPen, that pardon's done? Now, there are people in the chat, on X, saying, oh, if it's so bad, he did so wrong, then why haven't you arrested him? And I commented, because you a-hole, you know that pardons are 100%. You can't take back pardons. That's why, and you know it. Just obfuscating for the morons. Well, if he did something wrong, why aren't they going after him? You know why. Shut up. All right, let's take a listen to Tulsi. Do a little talk about it, not much, and then we've got one more short thing to do, and we'll be out of here. But thank you very much, and once again, if you haven't, please hit thumbs up for the stream and share the channel out. And thank you to the few on Rumble watching, which is actually amazing to me. Okay. So let's take a listen here and see. I think Tulsi has done probably more work than a lot of other people in the law enforcement areas of the Trump administration. I really do. I think she could be our first female president.
Before the COVID pandemic, Doctor Fauci, as head of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, provided millions in U.S. taxpayer dollars to fund dangerous gain-of-function research on bat coronaviruses at the Wuhan Institute of Virology, work which is now widely viewed as the source of the unintentional lab leak that sparked the pandemic. Now, in support of President Trump's maximum transparency mandate, today, on my final day as Director of National...
By the way, like Trump or not, you don't think Trump's released enough, I get it. I'm on that category. But Donald Trump has released more so-called secret stuff that was kept from the American people than any president in my lifetime. Find another president in your lifetime that's released more to the American people than Trump's administration. You can't. So as much as we can be mad, well, we didn't see this, we didn't get all this, well, this isn't enough, this isn't what I wanted. I get it, I'm with you, but I have to temper myself to go, look back at what other president has released this much. It's none. Zero. While this may not be enough, what we wanted, but my God, he's beat all the other, probably maybe even all the presidents of our lifetime together on releasing secret, hidden, dirty, nasty stuff for us to see.
Intelligence. I'm releasing never-before-seen communications and documents that expose...
Okay, I'm going to make my own joke. As long as those binders aren't equal to the first Epstein binders, then we're good. But from what I've heard from people who've already started looking through the stuff she released, shit, that boy better pray they can't prove that pardon was auto-pen.
It was exactly how Fauci worked with politicized career leadership in the intelligence community to suppress the truth about his actions, the virus's lab leak origins, and his role in directing U.S. funding for this dangerous research that caused immeasurable harm and countless lost lives. Now, these documents expose Fauci's direct role in influencing and manipulating IC assessments on COVID-19 and how Fauci lied to Congress in 2024 when under oath he denied knowledge of or participation in discussions with intelligence officials about viral research. We also received testimony from multiple intelligence community whistleblowers who reported retaliation for challenging the intelligence community's manipulation of intelligence on the virus's origins, once again revealing a clear pattern of suppressing dissent, silencing critics, and burying the truth.
I hope Rand Paul saw this and went, yeah, welcome to the party, pal. Or damn right, because Rand Paul could use this video to run for his re-election for the next decade or more. And I don't think Rand Paul's in any danger of losing. He makes Thomas Massey's popularity look like a pittance. And Rand Paul seems to pay a little more attention than Massey did to doing what his constituents voted him to do. I like Massey to a point. But when your constituents say do A, B, and C, and they're your bosses, and you decide to go against A, B, and C, it gets you in trouble. I know it's not very popular here for some people, but it is what it is.
Dr. Fauci's close relationships with the intelligence community enabled him to assume 3 key roles that shield him from scrutiny. First, Dr. Fauci funded dangerous gain-of-function coronavirus research linked to Big Pharma and their pursuit of universal vaccines worth trillions of dollars. Second, Dr. Fauci was the behind-the-scenes advisor who, alongside his hand-picked so-called experts, pushed the intelligence community to endorse a natural animal origin to hide his dangerous gain-of-function research.
Oh, our wet market bat stew stuff? Yeah, it like, even what was it, Jon Stewart? Oh no, let's assume it's the wet market here, the bats, not the virology institute that works on the exact virus right down the street. Shut up. Even he got caught hell for that. Yeah, what? Come on. Everybody was calling this load of crap out. And you know what? Yeah, we were right. Once again, the difference between conspiracy theory and, and fact is 6 months to a year or two. In this case, a couple years. But damn.
That he funded using taxpayer dollars, all of this in a deliberate attempt to cover up the truth and shift the blame and attention away from Fauci's own actions. Third, Dr. Fauci became the nation's pandemic pundit, and he publicly pushed lies, disinformation, and censorship using every platform available. Now, according to hundreds of reviews,
so did that chick involved in the government there, the Burks. She was pushing direct lies too. And once again, people want to crap on Trump about the pandemic, especially lefties. Screw you. Mostly the lefties, not mostly you guys. It's just idiotic. Donald Trump is not a virologist. Nobody in his cabinet's a virologist. They depended on the people that are supposed to be the experts. Supposed to be the experts. Everybody told them these are the experts. These are the experts. It'd be nice if we'd had more actual honest experts out there who weren't, bought and paid for. But Trump followed the experts until he realized, yeah. And since he found out, he's been pretty open about what he thought of these people then. But once again, you can fool somebody that is not a virologist. I could, if I wanted to, as an auto tech, I could bullshit somebody on a car repair. They wouldn't know the difference. Just saying.
Emails, which are included in this release, the intelligence community almost always incorporated Fauci's recommendations. He promoted a fraudulent paper whose publication he helped prompt as legitimate information for intelligence community consideration. Senior analysts praised Dr. Fauci not as a policymaker, but as what they called an unbiased guide to the real coronavirus experts, while deliberately ignoring experts who might dissent from Fauci's narratives. Now, Fauci didn't stop there. He blatantly lied to Congress under oath during his 2024 testimony to the House Select Subcommittee on the Coronavirus Pandemic.
We'll be honest, what was he going to do? Tell the truth? Was he just going to come out and sit there and go, oh yeah, I lied. I screwed y'all. I cost a lot of people their lives. Not surprised he lied, but the fact that you got to give him some credit. At least he showed up. Half these people are subpoenaed by Congress, and Congress never goes out and arrests them. Never does anything to them. They don't show. Of course, he had arrogance to show up because he knows they can't do nothing. He knows there's zero they can do. He knows he's still protected by certain deep state people. We're talking the people like in Independence Day, where the president himself and his cabinet had no clue about Area 51, just the one guy knew about it. That's this type of shit.
Denying that he ever spoke to any intelligence agency about COVID. Now, the correspondence I'm releasing today directly contradicts his sworn testimony. Now, we received statements from multiple whistleblowers revealing that the intelligence analysts who dared to challenge Dr. Fauci's COVID origin conclusions faced threats of retaliation marginalization, and many suffered career setbacks. For example,
dude, people were canceled all the time for daring to say anything against it. People were canceled, had their jobs fired, their social media taken down, YouTube channels taken down. We were lived in an era of horrible censorship. People forget that. We were living in a George Orwell novel. People who want to bitch now about X. Yeah, you're just mad you can't censor people. That's what it's all about. That's what's going on in other countries right now. There's a lot of censorship. We had more censorship under the Biden administration than we've probably ever had in this country. It was insane level. And Elon Musk, they hate him because he took away the biggest platform for their censorship.
a contractor was terminated just days after coming forward to ODNI as a whistleblower. Another example, those who advocated for the lab leak hypothesis or expressed dissenting views were reminded by their managers that leadership would determine which analysts would be promoted and which would not. The message was clear: go along or be punished.
Yeah. There's a lot to go on that Fauci was neck deep in the gain of function stuff. Man, and there's parts of our government, it's in the deep state. It isn't all China, but the fact that China's never, ever been held responsible for the trillions of dollars lost, the millions of lives lost, the damage to the world economy, it's insane. Let alone the people in our government and other governments, because that wasn't just American government. There were others that knew. It was way too coordinated how governments around the world did this stuff. I'm going to say it goes to, you're going to find a Fauci in every Western nation, in every Western nation's government, and others in the intelligence agencies that were involved. That's why China has never been punished, because they're afraid the Chinese will go, hey, what about these guys over here? By the way, here's names, here's documents. We're going to drop the bomb on you. They would. It's a saying, YouTube.
Senior leaders also sought to undermine whistleblowers by removing anonymity, which is required in the whistleblower process, as they made their complaints, and also insisting that their managers or attorneys be present during ODNI meetings where these whistleblowers were coming forward with their testimony, obviously creating an atmosphere of intimidation. The COVID pandemic caused tremendous hardship and pain for millions of our fellow Americans and countless people around the world. Now, after years of lies and censorship and cover-ups, the American people deserve transparency, truth, and accountability. The tactics that were used to hide the truth are straight from the deep state playbook. Politicized, self-serving leaders like Dr. Fauci covered up their own wrongdoing and abuses of power, manipulated intelligence, lied to Congress, and undermined a duly elected president by restricting his access to the vital facts he needed to keep the country safe. It's time you know the truth. Before the COVID pandemic.
She is badass. I'm just saying. She is badass. 100% badass. But yeah, okay, let's go back over here. Trump says DOJ is too scared to challenge auto pen pardons. There's reasons why, and I can understand it. But I can see another way. They are scared to handle it because the auto pen pardons are considered, well, not auto pens, but pardons are considered untouchable. And it opens up a hell of a bit of a can of worms, even if they used auto pen on these, because I'm sure Trump might have used auto pen on a few back in the day too. Even though you notice how Trump is on camera signing shitloads of stuff now. He is making sure they can't use the auto pen stuff with him. Because that's why he does all these signings on camera with his own hand and stuff so much. He's showing, go try this shit with me later. So he realizes the problem is corrected. But he may have done some. I don't know. But it also calls into affect a lot of pardons of other presidents who may have done it. But it is a problem. Because to challenge pardons is a huge thing. And if he does this, and here's where I can kind of part with him, if he challenges them, he sees that any pardons he does, then the Democrats will say, well, he got rid of Biden's pardons, so, well, guess what? Now we're going to get rid of Trump's. Now we're going to prosecute Trump's whole family. We're going to prosecute this, prosecute that. That could be a problem. And don't tell me, well, they're not the same thing. It doesn't matter. Did it matter that Trump had records he kept from being president in Mar-a-Lago under lock and key in a secure facility? He had invited them in. They'd visited it, knew what he had. They still went after him, brought him in, raided. But Biden, all this crap was found in multiple offices, a college campaign office, in his garage, all these other places. Kept finding these damn documents that Biden never should have had. Not took as president, took as senator and VP, which means he had zero right to remove them. Yet the government, the deep state, still went after Trump, not Biden. So think about this way. The deep state is still there. You think they're going to, if Trump goes after the Biden auto pen pardons, you're going to tell me the deep state isn't still going to arrest Trump, go after Trump, delete his pardons? They would instantly. Now, do I think they will still possibly go after him? Probably. When you have Democrats out there saying they want to pack the court, they want to mess with freedom of speech, they want to do all this crazy stuff, they want to make sure they add states, do whatever they can to make sure Republicans will never win elections again, and they want to do it illegally for the most part. You're going to tell me they're not going to go after him anyway, Mr. Trump? I think they might. I think even if Trump doesn't go after them, there's a good chance they might. The only thing it does is not give the Democrats a leg to stand on when they do so. If Trump does it, it does give them kind of a leg to stand on for enough of the dummies, enough of the populists out there, and even a leg to stand on for the deep state to go, well, he did this. So that causes a little bit of a more of a problem. But do I think they still might? Yeah. So it's a problem. They'd rather use the auto pen pardons as a political talking point. I don't know. I think it's what I just said. Some things can't be pardoned. I understand, but then we could have that same argument about every president's pardons throughout time. So I don't know. Fauci now be held accountable falls directly in Trump's lap. Yet another broken campaign promise. He can't do it. Once again, I just explained exactly why there's a good chance he can't. Maybe? I don't know. We'll see after the midterms, but I don't know. I'm not sure he can do it. I'm not sure it's worth expending that political capital and or giving the Democrats one more leg up. One more little thing where they can come after him, his family, anybody he's pardoned. What about the J6ers? Can make us go after any of the J6ers. I'm just saying. It causes possible problems. All right. Trump still wants the credit for Operation Warp Speed. Yeah. I understand why in a way, but do I think he should still? No, I probably wouldn't mention it anymore. But under his thoughts, he was following the advice of everybody told him was the experts, the top in the field, the people who knew. So for getting that much done and getting something out and that type of amazing work done that fast, with being told these are the expert people, it's still a really hellish move to have got that done. That said, knowing what he knows now, I would probably personally go, yeah, I don't want to talk about that because these assholes lied to me. I go, I was lied to, and yeah, I like the amount of work we got on, how we cut red tape, but unfortunately it was done under a wrongful circumstance because we were lied to. At least I would do that. Celtic, how's it going? Proudly unvaccinated. I'm not going to say I'm totally unvaccinated, but my wife and I didn't like them, but I do have a severe lung condition. And I bowed to my doctors for twice, and that's it. After that, I was done. My wife was done. We're done. I've never gotten a booster. I've had COVID a couple times since. The last time was not fun. Oof. It was a rough month of my life, but my lungs are back to... I have severe lung damage, and my lungs fought back and are where they were before I had it. I'm just saying. I can see it would be bad for certain people. Like if my father, my father's in his 80s and has some problems. If he got it, yeah, I could see. But I do see that men and people between the ages of 17 and 40 probably never should have got the vaccine because it seems like it causes some heart problems in them. All those heart attacks we were seeing. But it seems like in younger people below, ages they still say should have it, younger, and the age is over that certain number, it seems like it actually does help and not cause the heart problems. Weird. But I always didn't like that they hadn't tested it. I didn't like how the thing, I didn't like a lot about it. I didn't like the very fact that I know a lot about viruses because of my lungs. And I was told you could walk around with a crappy mask you buy at your dollar store. And it says right on, not for medical use. People are like, I'm protected from COVID. And that's what they were telling us. Dude, only thing that shows any efficacy for viruses is N95s. The true N95s, not KN95, N95s. The surgical mask-like style that they will wear during surgeries. That is it. And have you ever tried to breathe through those? Whoa. The mask BS set me off right away. Me and a friend were out urban exploring in Gary, Indiana during COVID. You know, I didn't die. But, you know, I stopped. And even when we got the 2 we got, I was very read up on which ones to avoid. So, yeah, I didn't do anything Pfizer on those. But I'm not giving you advice. Talk to your doctors. And if you don't like what they say, talk to another doctor and then another doctor. You know, talk to a lot of doctors. How you doing, Celtic? China wasn't held responsible because links to Fort Detrick. China wasn't held responsible because, like I said, you're going to find a Fauci in every government around the world. And you're going to find a CIA-type apparatus, an intelligence agency in every government that was involved. So the Chinese would call them out, and you'd see a lot of government issues, let's say. That's why. Future pardon is against the law. Innocent will prove guilty. A pardon is for someone who has found it. I know that. But once again, you deal with a good amount of the country who is dumb and doesn't know that. Also, when have Democrats ever let the actual facts of law get in their way? They have tried to jail Trump. They tried to kill Trump. They tried to steal it from Trump. They made up new laws to go after Trump. Law doesn't matter. Trump has to almost be too above board because he does have family to protect. Whether an ideal Donald Trump would be a Donald Trump who has no family or friends. He comes in and he's the man he is and just can be decimating because he may not worry about sacrificing himself. But when a man has, a wife and sons and daughters and grandkids and great-grandkids and stuff, he's got to worry a little. After everything they've already done, it's a worry. And the fact that Democrats don't follow laws, Trump has to almost err on the side of a little too much that we don't like. Because if he goes after them, it gives them one more little niggle. It's a word. Look it up, YouTube. A little niggling way to get in there and say, what, Trump did this. And remember, all the TDS morons out there would just go with it. Yeah. The TDS morons who are now marching in favor of algae in the pond. Even though the lefties are tearing it up and putting feces and stuff in it to set off the growth of all the growths inside and ripping up the liner. So yeah, these are TDS people. They will destroy one of our national monuments to get Trump, own Trump and Trumpers. Look how bad he did. You're screwing up one of our national monuments to get Trump. Some of you took Tylenol pregnant to get Trump, and some of you died, and some of you lost your kids because of it. These are people that literally, honestly would support cancer if Trump cured cancer today. So you got to remember that, what you're facing here. You're facing over a decade of programming of people. How do you think they can turn their foot soldiers out for all these events? All these protests that are so convoluted. So you got to watch it. Hey, Eva, have a good one. Thanks for stopping in. To you and Jim both. I appreciate it. And get a hold of me and we'll talk about, see if I can figure out how to do a stream with you guys again. They changed the definition of vaccine so they call it a vaccine. Yeah, 100% Jay Watterson. You're not going to hear me disagree on that. No, that just started calling my bullshit meter out. You can ask my wife, dude. I was calling that stuff out long time. I was pissed. I got in trouble on YouTube because I was telling people this doesn't work. These masks you're telling Tony to wear won't stop nothing. It's like pissing through a screen door. Another one of the reasons my old channel got removed, guys. Even though if you go back and look now, some of it's still there, but they took over most of it down. And when they were allowed me to put them, when they put it back up, they took almost everything away. But they took me down for a long time. We're the government. We're here to help. Ronald Reagan. Don't quote Reagan too much. Reagan said a lot of good things, but did a lot of horrid things. Reagan had a good speechwriter and he was an actor. Keep in mind. Reagan did some shit. Reagan got us involved in the next 30, 40 years of wars we've been in. All right, I don't have much more time, guys. I got one more thing here. I wanted to go, was it this? Oh, the Iran war real quick. Israel has come out and already broken the agreement. Again, the agreement, they did it before when Trump was trying to negotiate. Now they did it again. We're not bound. And this idiot here, Israel isn't part of the agreement, so they violated nothing. Iranian proxies are violating the agreement on behalf of the IRGC. No, they're not. Even the government of Lebanon has made it clear they don't want Hezbollah there, but they also don't want Israel striking inside their country. And as far as I'm concerned, once again, I said it before, if Israel doesn't want to be binding by this, then Israel can F off. I don't want to be involved with Israel. I was always been lukewarm on Israel, but they don't get to come whine to us, beg for help, get us involved in stuff, draw us in, keep us involved, and then when we set up a peace agreement, they nope, we're not going to be bound by it. Then take care of yourself. I know some of you may disagree with me, but I'm done with it. I'm done with them. I'm done with they slap the hand that feeds them. I'm just tired of it. Didn't even give it a chance. It's automatically, they can't stop themselves almost any more than the Palestinians can. And it's just tiresome. I am just at the point where, once again, I'm not just picking on the Middle East. I don't want us involved in Ukraine. I don't want us involved anywhere. We spend too much. I want to spend our money here for a while, and we need to. I'm just tired of it. I do like how Trump has done some good, though. I like to deal with our hemisphere. Let's deal with Venezuela, Canada, Mexico, and Cuba and stuff like that here. Maybe not pull back fully, but stop getting involved in people's wars so much. I'm just tired of them. You're not going to fix thousands of years of hatred. That's all there is to it. Was going to do a quick on, I don't know where I put it. Is it in my bookmarks? Might be my bookmarks. Here, morons. Here's some morons for you.
40. Why are you doing this? Because Trump used $40 million no bid contract to do this. Obviously, he didn't consult with scientists, as the scientists would have told him the consequences of having algae in the pipes.
They didn't do algae in the pipes. They didn't do algae in the pipes. By the way, Obama, sorry. We talked about how, was it Obama or somebody else spent over $38 billion or million in no bid contracts to do it and did it badly. It already has to be redone. They've already caught people dumping feces and fertilizer in it and ripping up the liner they've just put in. That's why these guys are out here. National Guard troops monitoring a Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool after hawks after a man was arrested for jumping in the pool and ripping the sealant off the bottom. He was cutting and ripping chunks of sealant off. And they're dumping stuff in it. There's the guy. He jumped in and was ripping stuff off it. They used hydrogen peroxide to combat the algae. You guys were dumping shit in it. They were dumping fertilizer and stuff in it. It's just insane. And I wanted to spend more time on this, but I do have to go. So I apologize, and thank you to all of you to come in. If there's anything, I got maybe 3 minutes left to talk, and that's about it. Then I got to head out. We're going to go dock diving with our, might be too large to be doing it, dog. But yeah, these people are just effing retarded. Dumping stuff in it, ripping up the liner. It's funny how these people are more worried about $14 million on the reflecting pool. Hell, let's just say it was done badly. $14 million, but they're not worried about the billions of fraud in Minnesota. The billions of fraud in California. They're not worried about that. Nick Shirley went around and found more money than this in minutes on his video. Any of his videos. So yeah, these people ripping this apart after we do it, that is, I'd call it a federal crime. That's federal property. Yeah, Obama's presidential library is butt ugly. Dude, that thing is horrendous. Let me look at that. Let me see if I pull up a picture here. You know what the funny thing is? When I saw this thing, when I see this thing, dude, do you know what this thing looks like to me? It looks like a prison. So is he building a prison in Chicago for the usual suspects? It looks like a prison. That to me looks like some type of Supermax prison out of Judge Dredd or something. I mean, that is just ugly. I'm sorry. I get Supermax prison. Hey, thanks, Jim Patterson, buddy. And hey, Jim, I know you and I may disagree in Israel, but thanks for stopping in. I just think Israel's crossed a line now where they're just being, I don't know, they're kind of being jackasses. Don't bite the hand that feeds. At least let the peace thing have a chance. If it doesn't work, then go back at it. But that to me is just one ugly damn thing, dude. It just looks like a Supermax prison for the usual suspects he built. And from what I hear, it didn't go well. The opening didn't go well. All right, so let's go here, here, here. Boom, boom, boom. All right, so let me... Whoa, didn't mean to do that. I don't know why that happened. I want to minimize that again. Thank you. Good grief. All right. So, yes, happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. And I am going to take off. Thanks for stopping in, guys. Thanks for agreeing and disagreeing with me. But thanks for any of your time. I appreciate it. Please leave a thumbs up on your way out the door. Give me a subscribe if possible, if you care to. Hell, just do it anyway, because I'm gorgeous. And I don't know if I'm going to do another live type, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. And by the way, send all topics and comment. You can send anything you'd like to talk about or see here, or tell me I'm wrong on lionsdenws6@gmail.com. Comment here, or you can do so on Rumble. My Instagram, I just don't use it that much. Stream later. I don't know. We'll see how my throat recovers. We'll see. I don't know. What would we talk about later? Honestly, we'll see. We will see. Maybe if okay, how about this? If I do a stream later, it'll be a pop culture stream. We'll stream about a TV or movie franchise. How's that? Maybe talk about, I haven't seen Toy Story 5, so I can only talk about little bits I've heard. So I can't really talk too much about that, except everybody's saying it's redundant. All right, guys, let's get out of here. Talk to you later. Thank you very much. If there's going to be a stream later, I'll do a post. And feel free to leave comments here and or on my email or X at LYON'S6 about what you'd like to talk about tonight. If it's pop culture or if it's political, what you'd like to talk about on that. Or just general stuff. Maybe we'll find a police body cam video. Go over that few of those. We'll see. All right. Talk to you guys later. I do have to go before I get in trouble. And you know how that goes. That won't make a happy Father's Day. Later time, I don't know. It probably won't be before 10 o'clock. Let's do that. Might be later than that. Might be after midnight. I'd say between 10 and midnight. Pop culture and movies. That sounds good to me. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Look for a post. I'll post if I'm going to do it. See ya. Thank you.